In the always unpredictable Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob was happily cleaning his pineapple house when he discovered an old roll-up map hidden beneath the floorboards. Excited, he called Patrick, and together they realized it was a secret treasure map pointing to the legendary Forbidden Goa, a mysterious place said to hold a treasure that could save Bikini Bottom from its recent bubble soap crisis. Without hesitation, they packed their gear, helmets, flashlights, and, of course, seaweed snacks and set off on an underwater adventure. Along the way, they passed by Squidward, who sat lazily outside his house and scoffed at them, saying the map looked like a used tissue. Unbothered, SpongeBob and Patrick continued until they arrived at a towering Goa entrance with a sign that read, "Enter if you dare." Nervous but determined, they stepped inside and were quickly met with bizarre challenges, stacking stones, singing odd melodies, and answering ridiculous riddles like, "How many legs does a fish have?" Patrick's absurd answer somehow worked, opening a door to the deepest chamber. There, they encountered a massive coral monster, intimidating at first, but actually just a lonely guardian of the treasure. To their surprise, the treasure was not gold, but a giant bubble soap machine capable of restoring bubbles to the entire city. After assuring the monster they weren't thieves and only wanted to help their town, the monster allowed them to take the machine on one condition: they had to play Uno with him once a week. Returning just in time, SpongeBob and Patrick arrived in Bikini Bottom as the last bubble popped at the Krusty Krab. Mr. Krabs was panicking about his failing business. With the push of a button, colorful bubbles filled the sky, and the entire town cheered in celebration except for Squidward, who got blasted by bubbles and floated off into the distance muttering, "I hate my life." The bubbles sparkled everywhere, lighting up the ocean like stars, and even the jellyfish joined in, creating a dazzling bubble dance party. SpongeBob and Patrick laughed as they watched the joyful chaos unfold. "This is the best day ever," Patrick exclaimed, blowing bubbles bigger than his head. Suddenly, Sandy Cheeks appeared, curious about the excitement. "What's all the fuss about, y'all?" she asked with a smile. SpongeBob proudly showed her the bubble machine, explaining how they found it deep inside the Forbidden Goa. Sandy's eyes sparkled with admiration. "Well, I'll be. That machine could change the whole ocean," she said. Just then, Plankton sneaked in, eyes gleaming with mischief. "I want that machine for myself," he whispered, plotting to steal the bubbles and control Bikini Bottom's fun. But SpongeBob and Patrick were ready. They had a plan to protect the treasure and keep the bubbles flowing for everyone. The three friends teamed up, setting clever traps around the bubble machine's location. When Plankton tried to sneak in, he got caught in a giant bubble net. Laughing, SpongeBob said, "No stealing today, Plankton." The town's celebration continued, now with music, dancing, and endless bubbles floating everywhere. Bikini Bottom had never been happier. As night fell, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy sat watching the glowing bubbles light the ocean surface. "Tomorrow," SpongeBob said, "we'll go on another adventure." Patrick nodded excitedly. "Maybe next time, we'll find a map to a candy treasure or a jellyfish kingdom." The friends laughed, ready for whatever crazy adventure awaited them next. The next morning, SpongeBob woke up bursting with energy. "Patrick, let's prepare for our next adventure," he shouted. Patrick yawned, still rubbing his eyes. "Can't we just chill and blow bubbles today?" But SpongeBob was determined. He believed there was always another treasure waiting somewhere in Bikini Bottom. So, they packed their gear again, with extra snacks this time. As they walked through jellyfish fields, they heard a faint humming sound. Curious, they followed it and stumbled upon a sparkling cave hidden behind a waterfall of bubbles. "Whoa, SpongeBob, what do you think's inside?" Patrick asked, eyes wide. "Only one way to find out." SpongeBob grinned, holding up his trusty map as they stepped inside, the bubbles shimmering around them like stars. Inside the cave, they found glowing coral formations and mysterious symbols etched into the walls. Suddenly, a soft voice echoed, "Welcome, travelers, to the heart of the ocean." It was the spirit of the ocean, a glowing jellyfish with wise eyes. "To find true treasure, you must learn the meaning of friendship and courage," the spirit said, guiding them through puzzles and challenges that tested their teamwork. SpongeBob and Patrick struggled at times, but with patience and laughter, they solved each puzzle. They slid down glowing coral slides, balanced on slippery seaweed ropes, and sang songs to wake up sleepy sea creatures. Each challenge brought them closer not just to treasure, but to understanding how much they truly meant to each other as friends. Finally, they reached the heart of the cave, where a glowing pearl rested on a pedestal. The spirit explained, "This pearl holds the power to bring happiness and peace to Bikini Bottom." As SpongeBob carefully lifted it, the cave lit up with brilliant colors, and they felt warmth and joy fill their hearts. "We have to share this with everyone," SpongeBob said excitedly. Back in Bikini Bottom, they organized a big celebration. Everyone gathered as SpongeBob placed the pearl in the town square fountain. Suddenly, the water sparkled with magic, and a wave of happiness washed over every citizen. Even Squidward smiled just a little while Mr. Krabs declared it the best business day ever. The friends looked at each other, proud and ready for whatever adventure was next.